All right, so we're gonna get right into the draft. How this is gonna work is, as you see, here's the draft order. Let me scroll over. Actually, here's the draft order. Each team is gonna have 30 seconds to make their selection, and then around about 30 seconds to explain why they made that pick. So, Hami, that means you're on the clock.
All right, man. With the number 1 pick. The season 2 right here. The Utah Jazz is going to select my nephew, Breadwinner LA.
Okay, you can go ahead.
I selected Bread basically because, you know, basically he versatile, you know. He a good defender. He a good two-way player. We're looking to keep Pete on the point guard spot and probably move Bread to either the lock or that power forward position. So we're gonna build around that right now. We're gonna move ease to the center per rim. We're gonna G.
All right, so with the first pick, Hami selected Breadwinner to go along with Compete in Deeds. That means next up is Champ 2K drafting for the Warriors. Champ, you're on the clock.
What up, guys? So I already got my pick in for the second overall pick. I'm going to be picking Bear to Beast. I believe that this pick is between Bear and Exposum, but I'm going to go with Bear. And the reason why I select Bear at this pick is not only because the Warriors need a point guard, but Bear is someone who's an on-the-court coach, and he's a good player off the court. I think he brings a lot more to a team than just being a player. So that's why I select Bear at the second overall pick for type and for beast move.
Next up, we have White Chocolate. Chocolate, are you here? I think I just seen you join the Discord.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, it's your pick. You're on the clock.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Gradient. Obviously, Gradient plays every position. He's been a top player for the last couple of years, and I feel like, you know, whatever position he's needed to play, he can do it better than everybody else. So that's why I'm gonna take Gradient. I don't know how he didn't go first, but you know, we're gonna take him to the King.
So Gradient goes number 3 to the Kings. Next up, Next Please. This pick was actually traded for Ramo. So Next Please, you're up with the 4th overall pick.
All right, yeah, with the 4th overall, I gotta go with Pete since we at the 4th spot. I feel like Pete will step in at the 5 spot. He's the best center in this draft. The draft is kind of top heavy with centers, so I couldn't pass the center up.
All right, Pete goes number 4. Next up, with the 5th overall pick, we have Real SNB.
With the 5th pick, take May. I believe he's a great two-way player and a great duo with Dimes from Dallas.
May goes number 5, second center off the board. Next up, with the number 6 overall pick for Bucks Gaming, I am the Paperboy.
With this pick, the Bucks select Bo. I already got Drake, and I feel like Drake would be better off ball with another ball handler he can trust. So we're gonna take Expose.
Expose him?
Yes.
Okay. So Bucks take Expose him at 6. Nacho Trainer with the 7th pick. You're on the clock.
I'm going to select Rhea. The team just needs general talent and authentic African lefties who can play.
That's a great fucking pick, bro.
All positions. And I know Authentic wants to play center, but he's good enough to play other positions. Center.
Okay, Rhea goes number 7 to Grizz Gaming. Next up, with the 8th overall pick, Celtics Crossover Gaming, owned by Kina. You're on the clock. Kina, you here?
It's always this kid. Hello? Y'all can hear me? All right. With the 8th overall pick, the Celtics are going to get on my level. I think that the Celtics are going to try to pick a secondary handler that can kind of like take over games. So that's why I'm going with Freddie.
So get on my level, a.k.a. Freddie, goes number 8 to the Celtics. Next up, Take Flight Cop with the 9th pick, Magic Gaming. Go ahead.
Funny. I'm going to take Kina. Had a lot of success with Kiss My 10. last year, this year, and I think that's what the Magic need right now.
So the Magic take a point guard with the 9th overall pick. And next up, we have Champ 2K with his 2nd pick of the first round. This trade was, this pick was obtained by trading Vert to the Lakers. So go ahead, Champ.
Okay. So with this pick, we already have Bear at the point guard. We have Beast Move, who's very versatile, can play shooting guard or small forward. And then at the center, we do have Type. So with this pick, I think I'm going to go with a really good defender, and that's Sniper, Real Sniper from Breakout. I think he's proven that he's already been one of the best lockdowns out there. I think defense is really important this year, and I think he's going to prove why this team can win a championship based off of defense. So that's why I'm going to go with
Slinky. Sniper's at number 10, Keena's at number 9. So Keena gets drafted to the Warriors, or excuse me, Sniper gets drafted to the Warriors to go along with Bear to Beast, Type, and Beast Move. Next up, we have Matt Morg drafting for the Timberwolves. The first expansion team drafting here. So Matt Morg, go ahead. You're on the clock.
With the 11th pick in the first round, the Timberwolves are going to take the best sniper available in ball like seam. I got two-way players in Feast and Hood that could easily play the 1 and the 3 and the 4 and the 5. So we're missing a sniper to spread that floor for them to let them work. So I'm going to take Ball Like Seam.
Ball Like Seam, the first player that was unretained that actually played in the league to go off the board. Next up, we have Len Griffey drafting for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, with this pick, I'm going to take Too Cool. I grade him out as my best center, actually. I think he's good on both sides of the ball. He could bang down in the post, and he's really good at pick-and-roll defense. I think that solidifies the 3-2-5 for that core. So, yeah, we're going to take Too Cool.
So the Nets take another big man, Too Cool. Next up, we have It's Goated drafting for the Hawks.
I'm going to take J Money because J Money can play 1 through 5, and he really solidified himself with a really good PG this year and scored for the Hawks.
J Money goes number 13 to the Hawks. Real SNB is up with his 2nd pick of the first round with Dallas. Go ahead, you're on the clock.
With my 2nd pick, I'm going to go ahead and take Real Reezy. I believe he'll form a duo with Dimes and take Dimes' hands when he needs to, and he can just take over a game whenever he needs to.
So Reezy gets a sharp. Next up, King Havoc drafting for the Raptors. Excuse me? All right, Havoc is up with the next pick for the Raptors. Go ahead, Havoc.
With this pick, I'm taking the center, Killer Low Key, and I feel he's the best center on the board, and he's a great defender, and he could play well with Kenny and Trey.
Imagine.
So Killer Low Key goes in the first round, number 15 to the Raptors. Next please, with his 2nd pick, already selected Pete B. Ballin. The Pistons are on the clock.
I'm going to go with Eyeball Ant. He's great at the position, one of the best on-ball defenders that isn't a lot. He has great vision. He's just a good playmaker.
So Eyeball Ant, a.k.a. Ant Don't Lose, goes number 16 to the Pistons. Next pick, I Am the Paperboy, is also his 2nd pick of the 2nd round, drafting for Bucks Gaming. Go ahead. Paper, you here?
Yeah, with my 2nd pick, I draft Lottie from GFG. I think Lottie one of the best sharps on the game, and he's been playing competition at a high level for a long time. Also, I'm pairing him with a person he's been running with for a long time in Drake.
So he gets that GFG connection there. Going to the Bucks, Lottie joins his Pro-Am teammate Drake. Next up, we have Ayo Rankum drafting for the Cavs with the 18th pick. You're on the clock.
With the 18th pick, Cavs Legion selects BP. We knew we needed a point guard, and one of the top point guards on our list fell to our lap, so we took him.
So the Cavs get BP with the 18th pick. Savers up next with the 76ers, 19th overall pick. Go ahead.
With the 19th overall pick, I'm going to select Mo. I think they need a secondary ball handler, but someone who won't overly need the ball, and I think Mo fits that role.
Saver drafts Mo with the 19th pick. 2 more picks left of the first round. Next up, we have Heat Check Gaming, and it's being represented by Boo Painter.
With the 20th pick, I'm going to select 1 through 5. 1 through 5 has played sharp and point guard all year. I believe the Heat already have a well-rounded team. They're looking for either a primary ball handler or a secondary ball handler. So I feel like 1 through 5 would bring the best scoring ability for them.
All right, last pick of the first round, and the NBA 2K League Season 1 champion, Knicks Gaming, is being drafted by Bobo. Bobo, you're on the clock.
Hello?
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, I hear you. Go ahead.
Can we get... Can we get Ohio?
Ohio?
Yeah, select them. Ohio as PG.
Do you want to explain your pick, or you good?
Oh, because I don't have much intel on Kuda as running point guard, so for our first pick, it's how to go with PG to put with Goofy, so that pick and roll.
Okay. So that's the end of the first round. Chalk, are you here, by the way?
Yeah, bro, I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. So we're gonna get right into the second round. Chocolate with the Kings is the owner of the first pick. So you can go ahead. First pick of the second round.
All right, give me a second. I didn't know I had first. I thought I had second. I'm gonna go ahead and take Trapper. I think he's probably the best lock on the game. I feel like him and Gradient can both play multiple positions. I know I took Gradient. I know Gradient's a great lock, but I know Gradient has proven that he can play multiple positions. And the thing about the Kings is that Timely and Colt, they've all proven that they can play multiple positions. People thought Colt was just a 5, and in the league he ran a little bit of the 1. So I mean, basically right now I'm kind of just going with a versatile team and going with the best available on the board, knowing that they'll all be able to play different positions when it matters. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Trap Hard.
Okay, so with the first pick goes Trap Hard to the Kings. Next up, Hami owns the second pick of the second round. Jazz Gaming, go ahead, Hami.
With the second pick, this tough. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take my boy Seaway Mo, and I'm gonna move him to the 2 position and put him on the first shot. Seaway been having a good year, playing point guard. Talent with gap, but most people don't know he really is shooting guard. So I'm gonna move Seaway to first shot to take him.
So Hami goes with Seaway. Next up, his first pick of the draft, Breadwinner, Pacers Gaming, their first pick of the draft as well. So, Breadwinner, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you're on the clock.
I'm gonna take Dozer with my first pick to match him up with Rainbow and Wolf. They already got chemistry on Rare Breed, and I think Dozer is very underrated. He's a great playmaker, and that's what I'm taking.
So, Breadwinner goes with Doza, who was a point guard for the Pistons last year, pairs him back up with Ramo. Next up, with the 4th pick in the second round, Real SNB. Go ahead.
With this pick, I'm going to take Jay Loading from the Direwolves. He can play 2 through 5, and he's a great defender, and the Mavs need a non-ball defender at this point in the draft.
So Mavs go with Jay Loading to pair with Dimes, May, and Reezy so far. Next up, we have I Am the Paperboy drafting for the Bucks, 5th pick in the second round. You're on the clock.
With the 5th pick in the second round, Bucks, P.O. I think P.O. is top 3 center on the game. I'm surprised he lasted this long, but we'll be happy to take him.
Imagine picking him before the Durham Daughter.
So Paper goes with P.O. to play center for the Bucks. Next up, we have Nacho Trainer drafting for the Grizz.
I think it's about time to grab my point guard, and I'm going to have King Mazark. He's going to be a top 5 or 6 point guard in the league, and the way the combine will play and the league build.
I think you cut out here, Nacho.
What's up? I'm taking King Mizark.
Yep, I heard that.
Yeah, so he's one of the best point guards, I feel, especially with the way the league will play. And he's a great floor general, somebody like just once, and overall pick.
So he goes King Mizark, 6th pick of the second round to Grizz Gaming. Next up, we have Kina, Celtics crossover gaming. Go ahead, Kina.
With this pick, I think I'm gonna take Rondo from Island Gang. I think Fab, Mel, Fusion, Freddie, and Rondo. I think they're probably one of the best top 3 teams in the league. So yeah, I'm going with Rondo.
Bro, there's no way
That's a
Rondo
steal.
this far.
That's a steal.
Holy shit.
So Kina gets Rondo in the seventh pick in the second round.
Oh my god.
Next up, 8th pick, the Magic, Take Flight Cop. Cop, are you here?
Yeah, I apologize. He just took my pick. I was going with Rondo. So.
You're good.
Freddie in the first to fall.
Fall to me. Next on my list, I'm gonna have to go with Hall of Fame Jay. Point guard Kina, and get some pick and roll going for the Magic.
Okay, so Cop goes with Hall of Fame Jay at the 8th pick of the second round. Next up, we have Goated with the 9th pick in the second round. You're on the clock.
All right, so I'm going to take Killer Kev. He's on here twice, and he's my personal teammate, and probably none of you guys know him. A few of you guys do, but he's really good sharp, came up this year, can shoot the heck out of the ball, and he's a really good second ball handler next to J Money.
What's the guy's name? Killer Kev?
Yeah, Killer Kev. He's on there twice.
Yep.
He's under
Norman
Kev and Killer Kev.
Okay, so Goated takes Killer Kev with the 9th pick. Next up, we have Len Griffey drafting for the Nets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Saver. He's been arguably the best player offensively this year so far, and I think he's also underrated on the defensive end. So we'll add that. We need a point guard, so I'll go ahead and take Saver with that pick.
Len Griffey selects Saver with the 10th pick in the second round. Next up, we have Matt Moore drafting for the Timberwolves.
I hope Timberwolves watch this because this team will win the ring right here. In this game, you need 2 ball handlers, and if Hood is effective at the 3 like he was last year in this game, I'm going with Mr. Styles. Styles could be my second ball handler and play with Hood and play with Seam and play with Feast. Also, you just need difference at the point guards. They play different games, and Styles can play sharp too. So it just gives defenders something to guard besides Hood and the sharp. Let's go.
So 11th pick, Mr. Styles goes to the Timberwolves, and the Lakers finally have their first pick in the draft. X-Man, you're on the clock.
I'll take SlayIsland, top player on the top team on Xbox for years. Gonna go ahead and bring some veteran shit to the Lakers. Let's go.
So X-Man takes me, SlayIsland, with the 12th pick in the second round. Moving on to the next pick, we have Poppy Germ drafting for the Wizards. I think this is their first pick as well. It is. So, Germ, you're on the clock.
My fault, I was on mute. Honestly, this is a tough decision. But I'm going to go with a walking bucket point guard. Yeah, JT is their point guard, but he can also play off ball. And I just feel like they'll be able to adjust, and a walking bucket is a dog. Yeah, I feel like he'll kill over there with day 5.
So Germ drafts a walking bucket, 13th pick of the second round. Moving on to the next pick, we have 14th pick, Raptors being drafted by King Havoc.
Yeah, I was just about to pick a walking bucket, but he got picked, so hold on. I would have to go with Vandy, Team Caution. So pair up with Killer as well. Now that pick and roll combo would be great, and I think probably the best in the league, to be honest.
So Havoc goes with Vandy, and last pick of the second round, and also his first pick of the draft, we have Majesty. You're on the clock.
Okay, I don't know how he slipped this far, but scoop him. I'm gonna take About the Game. Really good player. He's very underrated because he's on the top team with names like Fab, Majestic, play with those guys, and he's a really good player. Can play multiple positions. That's basically it.
Okay, so MJ selects about the game with the last pick in the second round, and we're going to move right into the third round if everyone's ready. Once again, Chalk has the first pick of the third round. Chalk, you're on the clock with the Kings.
All right, well, my team needs a point guard, so I'm going to go ahead and get Kai. I feel like Kai doesn't get a lot of respect because he's more known for being a park player, but him and Saber this year definitely proved that they're also pro-am players, and they've been real successful this year, and I feel like he'd be just as successful without Saber as he is with him, so I'll go ahead and take Kai.
So White Chocolate goes with Kai, adds a little offense to the other two locks he drafted in the first 2 rounds. Next up, second pick of the third round, we have Champ 2K drafting for the Warriors.
Hey guys, what's up? What's up? So for this pick, we already have a great lockdown. We have a great point guard, and I think we have a great center. And we already have Beast Move, I think, who can play the 3. But we need a power forward. So the guy I'm thinking that honestly he's already an experienced player in the league. I'm going with Grant Monster on this because I think that he can play multiple positions on the court, and he already has a league experience, which I think is important. And he also knows what it's like to win in the league because he was a part of one of the best teams last year. So that's why I'm going with Grant Monster on this pick.
So Champ takes another unretained player, league player from year 1 with Grant Monster going to the Warriors. Next up we have Hami, third pick of the third round. Hami, you're on the clock.
I'm here, bro. Give me a sec.
All right.
And this is
Did
rough.
I get cheese? Cheesy.
I'm gonna actually go with a lock, and I'm gonna take Big Rum.
You want to explain your pick a little bit? All right, Hami took Big Rim, top lock on Xbox, playing very well this year. Moving on to the next pick, we have Breadwinner LA, drafting for the Pacers.
All right, with my pick, I don't know how he dropped this far down, but I'm gonna take Gio.
Take
Gio is definitely one of the best locks on the game. I have no idea how he got his far down, but
You said that dude, Gio?
yeah, I'm taking Gio.
Okay.
Gio, Rainbow, and Wolf. I mean, it ain't much to say. That's a good pick, bro. That's the best defensive team in the game. That's definitely gonna be the best defensive team in the league. And probably I move Rainbow to center, let Gio play the 4, and let Wolf hop on lock.
So Pacers go more defense, selecting Gio with the 4th pick. Next up, we have Real SNB drafting for the Mavs. You're on the clock.
With this pick, I'm gonna go ahead and take Robar from Witness. He can play 1 through 5, which is great with this team because they can move around if they need, and he has one of the highest IQs in the game. This will just round out a great starting 5.
So SNB selects Robar as the 5th player to join Mavs Gaming. Next up, we have Nacho Trainer drafting for the Grizz.
So my draft is just based on collecting talent. So I want to take Chalk. Probably going to be acting as a role for power forward. I believe a small ball handler. I think he can do well here in this position.
So Nacho goes with White Chocolate in the 3rd round. Next up, we have Take Flight Cop for the Magic. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with one of the best players playing the game right now in 2K19. He's playing plays for We Compete, and it's Maverick. I think he'll help out the Magic get some shooting, space the floor, which I think will be important, especially like it was in the previous build.
So the Magic select Maverick, who has been an upcoming sharp this year, who's been playing very well on the Xbox side. Next up, we have X-Man and the Lakers' 2nd pick of the draft. Go ahead.
With this pick, I'm going to take J-Rod, one of the longtime great sharpshooters in this game, and he's going to come in and give us instant offense. Let's go Lakers.
So Lakers select J-Rod. Moving on to the next pick, we have Matt Morg with the Timberwolves.
All right, this was a hard one since the team stole my 4 previous picks. I'm going to go with the most experienced player left, I think. It was the 6th man, and he averaged a double-double. I'm going to go with Tucker Locks up at my center. Him and Feast could obviously take turns at the 4 and 5. Feast been playing the 5 a little bit this year and the 4. Both years, Tuck's been center. They can work that out, and it's two veterans. So let's get it.
So the Timberwolves select Tucker Locks up, who played for the Pacers last year. Next up, we have Len Griffey and the Nets. 3rd round, pick 10.
With this pick, I'm gonna go ahead and take Easy Money. He's a top sharp, and I think he's also really good at defending off ball. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Easy Money with that pick.
Easy Money goes pick 10 to the Nets. Next up, we have Goated drafting for the Hawks. You're on the clock.
I'm going to take Czar to play a lock because you have to have a lock on this game. And Czar can play anywhere 1 through 5, just like shots. And so I think having Czar at lock would be good for the team.
So the Hawks take playoff Czar. Moving on to the next pick, we have Germ, 12th pick of the 3rd round. Germ, you here?
That's tough. Yeah, give me a second, bro. Couple of my picks were taken. This is tough. This is definitely tough. You just threw me off with when Matt chose Tucker.
Tell me, Germ.
Yeah, that was a good pick. My fault for taking so long. Oh man. I'm gonna go with tactic here. Need some defense. We need a lot, and I think that's the right pick.
So the Wizards draft tactic with the 12th pick in the 3rd round. Moving on to our next pick, we have King Havoc and the Raptors. Go ahead, Havoc.
With this pick, I'm taking. What's his face? Robar. I'm taking Robar with this pick. I feel he's very versatile.
Robar already is picked. He's to the Mavs, pick 5.
Oh, it's not on this one. Let me refresh this one. 1 second. Oh, with this pick, I'm taking Deadeye. I feel he's very versatile, and he can play just about any position, and everybody on this team could play either sharp or even lock on the wings with Kenny and Trey.
So Havoc goes with Deadeye. He's going to the Raptors to join Kenny and Trey. Next up, we have A.O. Rankum drafting for the Cavs, 15th pick of the 3rd round. Or excuse me, actually, we have next please up, 14th pick, Pistons. My fault. Go ahead, next please.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tone as sharp. He's gonna be my second ball handler. He's been a top sharp for a couple years now, and I think he can create a shot really well at the 2 guard. Him and Ant will be really good going to get some locks.
So next goes with Tone, 14th pick of the 3rd round. Next up, now we have A.O. Rankum with the 15th pick, Cavs Legion Gaming.
With the 15th pick in the 3rd round, we're going to draft Sherm. We know we needed a lock, and he's a 1st round level lock, so we had to pick him up. That's a steal, bro.
So
That's a steal.
A.O. Rankum gets Sherm with the 15th pick. Next up, we have Boo Painter drafting for the Heat. Go ahead, Boo.
For the Heat, they already have guys that can, Majestic, 1 through 5, drop off. They can all play, pretty much 1 through 4, basically. I mean, 1 through 5 is a little different, maybe 1 through 2. But for here, I'm going to take Ty ESGN. I think that's his name now still. Because him and Hotshot will be able to work good down low together. I feel like that 5 right there will be so versatile within playing with locks, shooters, rebounders, post scorers, everything like that. I feel like it gives them a great 5.
So the Heat select Ty ESGN with the 16th pick. And this next pick is a compensation pick I've gave for the Wizards. I don't know where they're actually going to get it, but this is their pick for losing Boo Painter. So Jeremy on the clock.
Replace me, Don Dada. Replace me.
I'm back. I'm gonna go with, again, y'all keep taking my picks, so y'all throwing me off. So for it. I'm gonna go with Drizz here. I'm gonna go with Drizzard. Y'all got my pick?
All right, yep, my bad. So Germ takes Drizzard with the last pick of the 3rd round, and now we're moving on to the final round, the 4th round. First pick goes to White Chocolate and the Kings.
I can put my TV on, but use the headphones. Really low.
Chocolate, are you here? Chalk? One second, guys. I think Chalk's having some technical errors, technical difficulties.
Chocolate.
Chalk, are you here?
Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear
it's
me?
good
Hello?
now.
Hello?
Good
Hello?
now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought I would.
All right, you just cut out again. Are you here? Yep, go ahead.
Malik is he's one of the best sharps on PS4.
Who can you start over? You cut out for a second. Who did you draft?
Malik.
Okay.
They argue between Malik and Reed as who's actually the best sharp on PS4. To grab him this late, especially when I need a sharp, is a good pick. He's one of the only people out there that actually have brought the ball up consistently and jigged on a sharp. And I feel like he kind of just completely rounds out my team, and I think it's a steal this late in the draft. So I'm gonna get Malik.
So Chalk goes with original Malik, first pick of the 4th round to Kingsguard Gaming. Next up, we have Champ 2K drafting for the Warriors.
I first off just want to thank Slay for letting me do this draft. For my final pick in the mock draft, I'm going to be going with my guy Dev God. I don't know. I know he's been struggling this year. This is going to be our 6th man. I think it's
super buddy pick, dog.
I'm going with him on my bench. So either way, I'm going with Dev Goss, even though he struggled this year. I think that he has a lot of experience when it comes to 2K, and I think it's a great guy that's going to bring a lot of energy, even if he is on the bench or he's in the starting lineup. So I'm going with Dev Goss.
So Champ goes with Dev Goss, going to the Warriors. Final pick. Next up, we have Hami drafting for the Jazz. Hami, you're on the clock.
Thanks. The last pick, I'm going to go with CKZ Domes.
Damn, dog. That's a lot of bootlicking from the Jazz, man. A lot of bootlicking.
Yo, Homie can't draft no more. Homie can't draft no more.
Homie got to be hammered.
Listen. We're not going to go over bootlicking in this party right here, right now with the picks out of
Hey, stay on track.
So I'm done.
All right, Hami, explain your pick and let's get it going.
Oh, yeah. To me, he's one of the better proof shots in the game, and I think, he's a humble enough person that he is. If in fact that he had to play that reserve role, he wouldn't have a problem with it. So I'm going to take a person I wouldn't have a problem. See, I drafted people I wouldn't have a problem with in the house, managing and all that type of good stuff, man. Y'all have a good day, man. Thanks for having me, Mo. I'm off here.
Yep, appreciate it, Hami. Next up, we have Breadwinner, Pacers, 4th round, 4th pick. Go ahead, Bread. Bread, you here?
With my last pick, I'm gonna go with no autographs. I think he's pretty overrated. I think he's definitely a great defender. He can move around. I think he can definitely play 2 through 5, and he's very versatile. He's one of the better players at Team Up and Pro Am, and that's what I'm going with for my 6th man.
So the Pacers get no autographs. Next up, Mavs last pick, Real SNB. You're on the clock.
For my 6th man, I'm gonna take Can't Guard Rob. He can pretty much 2 through 5, 3 through 5, and he has that personality that's gonna push his teammates to as a 6th man to get better.
So the Mavs final pick, they select Can't Guard Rob. Next up, I am the Paperboy drafting for Bucks Gaming.
This pick, I'm going to go with a sleeper. I'm going to select Beanie Man from CKZ. He a great post scorer, and he can play lockdown. So I'm going to go with Beanie Man as my reserve. But I think he can somehow jump in and take one of them starter roles. So that's what I'm going to go with.
So Beanie Man goes to the Bucks. 6th pick of the 4th round. Nacho Trainer, the Grizz, last pick. You're on the clock.
With my 6 man, I kind of want versatility and a team player, and somebody who can play a lot of options level. I'm stuck between G Money and user pick, but my final pick would be Mr. Just a great overall player. He can play point guard, he can play lob.
You're cutting in and out a little bit, Nacho.
Mr. User, I'll probably select Mr. User pick.
Okay. So Nacho selects Mr. User pick with his 7th pick. You have anything you need to say? Anything more you want to say, Nacho?
Yeah, he's a great. A lot of people underrate him as a point guard, so he's versatile there. He has a great lock. The new wave guys are really talented. So.
All right. Moving on to the next pick, we have Celtics, 8th pick of the 4th round. Keena, you're on the clock.
Here I'm going to take LA Smash. The reason I take LA Smash is because I don't think there's anybody left who could play both lock and sharp, or like that 2-3 position better than him that's left on the board. So yeah, I'm going to take LA Smash to draft the team.
So LA Smash goes to the Celtics with the 4th round pick. Next up, we have Magic Gaming, owned by Take Flight Cop. Cop, are you here?
Apologize, I'm in a game. You hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
I'm not sure if you guys picked them, but is Mikey Valid still available?
Mikey Valid is available.
Mikey Valid, I know that Throwdown hasn't had much success, but he's a great defender. Puts up tons of points. Transition defense is crazy, so that's why I'm gonna go with Mikey Valid to round out my roster.
Whoa. He could definitely have the team house lit too with his ability to.
So the Magic draft Mikey Valid, 9th pick of the 4th round. Next up, we have It's Goated drafting for the Hawks.
I'm going to take Carey Jr. because he started the year as a sharp and then transitioned to center and proved that he was a really good center as well. So he made a good 6-man behind Arsenal center.
It's Goated selects Carey Jr. to round up his roster. Next up, we have Len Griffey with Brooklyn Nets.
I'm going to go ahead and take Ed Truth from Brian pick. He proved at the beginning of the year he could play on sharp. But he's also like big man. I wouldn't be shocked if he could play lock, so I would take him just because of his versatility.
So the Nets select Ed Truth with the 11th pick of the 4th round. Timberwolves final pick, Matt Moore, you're on the clock.
All right, a couple of things. Gonna thank Slay for letting me be a part of this. There's like 800 people on the stream. I know people like doing this shit. Thank you, Slay.
You have no problem, man.
Two, to anybody watching, if y'all feel free to grade my draft, anything, let me know at @MattMore_. With my last pick, I'm taking the best lock on the board and follow the God from the Wolves. Shout out to the Dire Wolves. Best lock on the board. I need some defense.
Be nice.
He could play 6-man. I got 6 people that could play on court, probably better than half the ones that drafted. So I have no good. Thank you.
So the Timberwolves select Follow the God with their final pick. Next up, the Lakers final pick, X-Man, you are on the clock.
With the final pick, I'll be selecting the new heart of the defense for the Lakers. Somebody I met in WR Select last year, and in a short amount of time, he's built and led a top 15 team, always lurking. To me, that makes him special. You can't build a team from scratch in a short amount of time and get it top 15 without being special. And he's also a military guy. I see him up early in the morning before me, and I see him still working after I'm going to bed. He's not going to let me down. Zaki Chan.
On that note, I got to leave. It's been fun, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, appreciate coming through, Chocolate.
Great pick. Great pick with Zaki.
So, yeah, agreed on that note, too.
So the Lakers select Zaki Chan with their final pick. Next up, we have Germ drafting for the Wizards.
Y'all sitting there clowning Zaki Chan, but he dead nice, and he was dead bust half y'all ass, to be honest. But
that's a great pick.
Keep it going.
Good pick, man. Good pick.
Germ, are you here?
You know I'm here. My last pick is Shuttlesworth. No explanation needed.
I think you do need one, bro. I ain't seen anybody play one game.
Man, you sleep, man.
All right, you guys, come on, stay focused. We're almost done here.
Like I said,
The Lakers, Slinky Lakers is Zachy Chan. Wizards got Shuttleworth. So Germ draft Shuttlesworth with his 14th pick of the 4th round. Next up, we have King Havoc drafting for the Raptors.
With this last pick, I'm going with East. I feel that he could play 1 through 5, and he has a chemistry with Trey and Kenny from Steel Trail. So yeah, that's my pick.
Who was that you said?
Reese.
Okay, Reese. So the Raptors select Reese paired up with his fellow Steel Trail teammates. Next pick we have Next Please drafting for the Pistons.
Well, my last pick, I'm gonna pick Hami. I think he's an elite player. He can play multiple positions at a high level. He's super vocal, a great defender, and as y'all know, he can take a good flood and still stick it out.
So the Pistons select Hami with the 16th pick. Majesty, you're on the clock with the 17th pick of the 4th round. MJ, are you here?
All right, I'm just looking through quick. Okay. I'm in a pretty good position because I already have both my superstars and I have 2 great versatile players. And right now I'm really looking for a skill position. So I'm probably going to pick Chaz. Chaz is a veteran player for Island game. He can play a sharp. He can actually play a big man. Or he can play a wing. So I'm going to go with Chaz.
So the Blazers select Chaz with their final pick. Next up, we have Cavs Legion. A.O. Rankum, you're on the clock.
With our last pick of the mock draft, I'm going to be drafting Strainer. We needed a pure sharp, and we needed a second ball handler. So to find someone at the bottom of the 4th round that can do both, we had to take him.
So Strainer goes to the Cavs. 3 more picks left in the draft. 76ers are on the clock. Saver.
Alright, so my version of the Sixers, Nudini's a good player, but he's not a quality starter in the league next year. So with my intention of moving him to the bench, I'll draft LeJuan, thinking he could play either lock or center, whichever's needed. He's a versatile player.
So Saver drafts LeJuan to round out the 76ers roster. Next up, Boo Painter drafting for the Heat. You're on the clock.
As you can see, the Heat's already a stacked team. I believe they're 2 big man tie and hot shot. They'll be bigs. Like they can play either 4 or 5, so they don't really need to get a big here with this pick. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them a scorer in case one of their 1 through 3 isn't scoring, and I'm gonna get Moon.
So Boo Painter selects Moon to round out the Heat's roster. Last pick of the draft, we have the Knicks, the defending champions. Bobo, you're on the clock. Bo, are you here?
I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
I can't. Is Bo talking? I can't. Oh, wait. I know that. 1 second. Sorry. Go ahead, Bo. My bad. Talk.
Oh, yeah. I said for our last pick, I'm going to select J-Rob to play shooting guard as a pure sharp to also be a second ball handler for us.
J-Rob?
Yeah, J-Rock.
Oh, J-Rock?
Rod.
Oh, J-Rod. Sorry, J-Rod.
I already selected J-Rod.
Oh. Don't know.
Go Sean win.
I don't know about that one, G.
I tried, John.
Go with that champ guy. He's really good.
I guess I'll go him then.
Who are you going with, Bobo?
I had J-Rock. I thought he was still on the list, but they say not on the list.
Yeah, he's not. You got to get someone else.
Is Rondo still on the list?
Rondo?
Yes.
Which Rondo? The center?
R-A-N.
Oh, Rando. No, he's on the list. He's there. You can get him.
I'll take him. I'll take him.
Okay, so final pick. The Knicks select Rando. So here are the results for the draft. I'm going to post this on Twitter. You're going to be able to see all the people like this. It's going to show who they already retained and the drafted players. So I'm going to make a tweet with that. Appreciate everyone coming through. Also, there's some great MPBA games going on tonight, so make sure you guys check those out. I heard Breakout might be playing KMT tonight. I'm not sure. I think No Smoke is playing New Wave, so make sure you guys check out those games. And it's just great to see this many people come out for a mock draft. Just appreciate it so much. So that's about it. I'm going to turn the stream off. Thanks for everyone coming through again. Appreciate all the owners. Anyone have anything they need to say last second?
I just want to say that this is awesome for me, just seeing all these people coming out to listen to this. This is just a great way for the community to continue to grow, and just make sure you guys continue to support each other, and that's how we're going to become bigger as one. So that's just all I got to say, guys. Appreciate it.